Welcome to the Monterey County Office of Education's Professional Development Training, brought to you by Foster Youth Services. We are here to offer educational support for students in foster care. The Foster Youth Services Coordinating Program is a program offered by the Monterey County Office of Education, designed to serve the unique needs of children and youth placed in foster care. National and statewide research shows that a high percentage of children who are removed from their homes and placed in the foster care system experience both short and long-term challenges in school. Traumatic histories of abuse and neglect, compounded by frequent changes in foster care placements, contribute to issues in the classroom and/or reduce academic achievement. The Foster Youth Services Coordinating Program offers support to foster students and school districts, and to agencies and community-based organizations who work with foster students. Our primary mission is to ensure foster students achieve academic growth and success both in the short term and in the long term. Collaboration with local agencies, organizations, caregivers, court-appointed special advocates, and foster youth is key to ensuring the educational success of all students in foster care. Foster care, also known as out-of-home care, is a temporary service provided by states for children who cannot live with their families. Children in foster care may live with relatives or with unrelated foster parents. Foster care can also refer to a placement setting such as short-term residential treatment programs, residential care facilities, emergency shelters, and supervised independent living. On average, on any given day, there are approximately 400 children in foster care in Monterey County. There are 60,000 children in foster care in the state of California, and there are over 400,000 children in foster care in the United States. Monterey County Family and Children's Services offers child protective services, foster care services, and adoption services for children and youth in Monterey County. The mission of the Family and Children's Services is to prevent the occurrence of child abuse and neglect. Service goals strive to keep children and youth safe and within the protection of a permanent family. Of the approximately 400 children in foster care in Monterey County, over 7% are under the age of 1. Just under 25% are between the ages of 1 and 5. Close to 20% are between the ages of 6 and 10. Over 21% are between the ages of 11 and 15. Just over 11% are 16 or 17. And 15.5% are over the age of 18. Children with a history of trauma may experience behavior issues in the classroom, resulting in increased suspension and expulsion rates, and may increase chronic absenteeism as well. Additionally, academic outcomes may be affected as well, resulting in lower test scores, lower graduation rates, and a lower rate of transition to college. How are foster children in California doing? Here are some examples of chronic absenteeism rates. Here's an example of the suspension rate. And here are the graduation rates. How can you support children in foster care to ensure their educational success? Foster Youth Services welcomes you to the following section.
Welcome to AB 490, the Foster Youth Education Bill of Rights. Remaining at School of Origin. Students have a right to remain at their school of origin for as long as the court has jurisdiction over the student's placement. If a student exits court jurisdiction during the school year, the student still has the right to remain at that school through the end of the academic year if the student is in K-8. If it ends when the student is in high school, the student has a right to remain at that school through graduation. Students have a right to re-enroll at their school of origin if they have changed schools due to a placement change. Enrollment cannot be held up for paperwork. Students must be enrolled immediately. Paperwork can later be completed for bookkeeping purposes. Monterey County is focusing on keeping students at their school of origin. LEAs must work with child welfare to develop a transportation plan if students wish to remain at their school of origin and their home placement has changed. Enrolling at a new school. Students must be enrolled immediately even if records are not available at the time of enrollment, such as immunization records, birth certificate, etc. Comprehensive public school should always be considered as the first school placement option for foster youth. Same opportunities. Foster youth must have access to the same extracurricular and interscholastic sports that are available to all students. AB 490 also requires school districts to calculate and accept full or partial coursework. AB 490 requires LEAs to designate a foster care education liaison to ensure proper school placement, enrollment, and transfer of foster youth. LEAs are required to transfer a foster student's records within 2 business days of receiving a transfer request. AB 490 authorizes the release of educational records of foster youth to the county placing agency, such as social services or probation. Please note that these requests should be expedited, as the placing agencies are required to track the educational progress of all foster youth and include that information in the court report. CASAs, court-appointed special advocates as they are known, are entitled to view the educational records of their youth. Foster youth should not be penalized for absences relating to a court appearance, placement change, or other court-ordered activities. The Monterey County Office of Education Foster Youth Services Program thanks you for your support.